this new Curtis Connor video, 500,000 views in 6 hours. It's kind of long though. Okay, well, we'll start watching it. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break first. Okay.
Just want to give everybody a huge update. Video I made like 6 months ago about Digimon cards. Check it out. I finally pulled it. I pulled a numbered gold card. We did it. It took 6 months. We did it. But enough of the good news. Okay, that's not what this channel is about. So I've talked about a lot of movies on this channel, and for the most part, even the worst movies I've watched have still been like a little bit enjoyable, at least, because I have a theory, and I've said this tons of times on my podcast. Every movie is good. Okay, that is my theory, because at the end of the day, like, no matter how bad a movie is, I still had a nice time watching a movie. I'm not gonna be like, well, the cinematography, I don't know, it's a movie, it's fine. But I'm not so sure I feel that way anymore, because I recently watched a movie called 2025, The World Enslaved by a Virus. And I can confidently say that this is a bad movie. So I found out about this movie through a TikTok that we'll touch on a little later. How about we read the synopsis for the film?
Anti-master Christian movie. Okay, so and they're saying it's going to keep going on in 2025.
It's 2025. The world as we have known in 2020 does not exist anymore. Yep. The virus changed the world.
268
communism
reviews.
Is all over the place.
Hell yeah,
Global
communism.
World...
I love communism. This is the best possible future imaginable, clearly.
Language developed, meetings are illegal, traveling is illegal, and Christianity is illegal.
Good. I like Christianity being illegal. That is, that's based, absolutely based and red-pilled. A global world language developed. That's actually, like, unironically a good idea. Like, if everyone spoke the same language, then everyone would be able to communicate with each other. I mean, right now, the closest thing we have to a global language is English, so I think, like, Christian conservatives would be for that. I don't think they would have a problem with everyone speaking English, to be honest. I mean, they're already triggered by, like, anyone speaking, any non-English language. They tell them to, like, oh, speak American or speak English, or like go back to your own country. Yeah, so I think they will be fine with everyone speaking English. Hold on just a minute, okay? Okay.
A group of Christians is trying to fight back. I also really love the sentence, communism is all over the place. Like they're talking about dust in the basement. When's the last time you cleaned in here?
Yeah, communism is just like the virus. It's just spreading all over the globe. It's like you can't get rid of it, yeah.
Communism all over the place. Fucking caked in communism. Damn, bitch, you live like this? This 2025 movie came out this month on Amazon Prime. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, so this is a legitimate movie, right? If it's able to be on like one of the main streaming services, right? And then I did a little bit of research, and I found out that pretty much anybody can just upload a movie to Amazon for free. So never mind. And after a little bit more research, I found out that the director and star of this movie is just a YouTuber. He's a Christian YouTuber. Well, I mean, according to him, he's a #1 best-selling director. But I don't really know where he got that title from, because he only has one IMDb credit, and it's this movie. So maybe he's like the #1 best-selling director of this movie, which, I mean, I guess he's right. But I would just love to talk about this movie today, because it is genuinely the worst movie I have ever seen in my life. And that's saying a lot, okay? That's coming from a guy who really didn't mind the first Suicide Squad. So without further ado, let's talk about 2025, The World Enslaved by a Virus. The movie starts with an epic car chase with the main character, Roy. He's driving away from the police who are trying to shoot him and kill him. But when they finally catch up to him, for some reason they decide to just arrest him instead. And we got this great scene right here where he slides across the hood of a car to just get arrested on the other side. And dude, that is so funny. Sliding across the hood of a car to just get arrested. That's like doing a double backflip into a pool of your dad's piss. Like, the first part was cool, but Second part was kind of lame. Why does your dad even have that? How old is that pool? How long has he been filling up that pool? You know what I mean? Now he's getting interrogated by this policeman because Roy's got a Bible. Okay, and that shit's illegal. It's not allowed.
Maybe from a time when life was different. The time when we could meet our friends, go to restaurants, celebrate whatever and whenever we wanted to.
Dude, I literally went to a restaurant like 2 hours ago. This is I mean, yeah. This is not gonna happen. Oh, it's so sad. You had to stay at home because of the pandemic. You couldn't go see friends. Well, yeah, of course that's sad. But, like, yeah, that's just how it is, bro. That's life. Sometimes you just can't go to a concert or whatever. Oh. I went to a concert in 2021.
They also never say outright that it's COVID-19 in this movie, but it's heavily implied because it started in 2020 and it stopped like large social gatherings from happening.
The state leaders came up with new regulations to repress the people and secure their power. The state leaders started to take away our rights and our freedom. Their excuse was...
Why is he giving this monologue? Like, wouldn't these people like already know what's going on? I mean, this is just cheap, like cheesy, lazy writing.
Virus. Something they sold us as a super deadly killer virus.
Yeah.
Something they sold us
as
a super deadly killer virus.
Yeah, but it turns out it wasn't that deadly. It's like only like 800,000, almost 900,000 people in America dead. That's not that many, I mean, right?
Huh. 5.5 million people died so far, but you're upset that you can't go to a restaurant? Doesn't seem very godly, Roy. What would Jesus do? I don't know, but I can tell you he wouldn't make this fucking movie. And I'm just giving you guys the main points he makes in this scene. Like, this whole part is like 5 minutes of uninterrupted fucking exposition and him just complaining that you can't go to restaurants anymore because of COVID.
If everyone would stop thinking...
I literally went to a restaurant, like... I still go to restaurants. I just don't go out that much. Going out to restaurants is expensive anyway. Like, learn how to cook, okay? Learn how to make your own food. It'll save you money and time, and you won't catch COVID. How about that? You ever thought of that?
Like that, we could really achieve something big.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start a sin tally for this guy. As the movie goes on, we'll tally up all the sins that this guy commits, and we'll see how many he's got by the end of the movie. So far, we've got resisting arrest. I don't know. To a Christian, I feel like that could be a sin. You know, it is a crime. And also, he just, like, undermined millions of deaths. So that's 2 so far. Not looking good. So now we flash...
Oh, is this guy is he doing cinema sins? Yeah, let's do a Cinema Sins review of this movie. They'll be extra triggered by the word sin because they're Christian, right?
Back to 3 months ago, Roy is hanging out with his sister Hannah. Then their other friend barges in with some bad news about Jack.
Arrested, tortured, and killed.
But wait, who's Jack?
He was a friend, our brother.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Hannah. So this friend, and I'm sorry, I don't
Are all
remember
these
his
guys
name.
European? Like, this sounds like... Yeah, European, maybe Scandinavian or something.
Name or no, I don't think they ever fucking say it in this movie, and even if they did, I just wasn't paying attention because this movie is so boring. So we'll just call him Friendo. Friendo Baggins. How about that? Friendo Baggins, he comes over and he's like, you guys gotta stop being Christian, okay? Everyone's dying. You know, they're getting murdered for being Christian, and you guys are my best friends. I don't want you guys to die, so please stop being Christian. But they say no. So he quits their little, like, Christian rebellion group.
Sorry, but I'm out. I gotta quit.
And that really upsets them.
Stop!
Because, like the synopsis says, being Christian is illegal. So, being Christian is a crime, and, like, crime is sinful. Therefore, the act of being a Christian is a sin. So, let's add one. Sorry, Roy.
So, you didn't think of that, huh? You said, yeah, if you don't want to go to jail, why don't you just not break the law, huh? If you don't want to be beaten by cops, then just don't break the law. Isn't that what they say? But then, when there is a law that they don't like, there's a law that they don't want to follow, then it's tyranny. Then it's government, authoritarian, communism, overreach. Yeah, okay. I see how it is.
So Roy and Hannah decide that they need to go out and find more Christians because there's just no Christians left in the world.
We're the only Christians left in the world.
Because if you guys didn't know, one of the most common symptoms of COVID isn't a loss of taste
It's a loss of God.
It's a loss of faith.
It's also faith.
So that's what they do. They go out to find more
Jesus.
Christians. And they do this by just randomly spray painting a bunch of fish symbols just around their city. If you didn't know, Christians used this symbol to like secretly show other people that they like fucked with God. You know, back when Christians faced persecution in the Roman Empire. But they're like less fucked with God. You know, back when Christians faced persecution in the Roman Empire.
Yeah, back when they actually were persecuted because they were like a sect of Judaism back then. What is this drawing though?
Empire. But there were like less people back then, right? You're not even put like a phone number or a website,
Less
a fucking
people.
QR code. Like, what's that
spray
gonna do?
painting
Someone's gonna walk by and see a
around.
fish and be like, oh, a fish.
He's like, oh,
Alright.
that's a
And you know what?
Christian thing,
I'm gonna have to add
isn't
another
it?
sin. Graffiti? Really? I don't think Jesus would have
That's
liked
a
that.
sin. That's a
Also,
crime too,
while we're on the
isn't it?
topic of sinning, I feel like I need to talk about the TikTok that I mentioned earlier in the video. Let's just watch it.
This is Joshua. I believe it's 29 as of right now.
Joshua
wishing his
Wesley.
girlfriend a happy 18th birthday. And it just keeps getting worse
Wait a
because in the
sec.
caption
His girlfriend, happy 18. That means she wasn't 18 before then. But how old was he? Because, like, depending on where you live, you're allowed to date someone under the age of 18 if you're not too much older than 18 yourself. It's called Romeo and Juliet laws, isn't it? So, like, maybe this guy is not, like, doing anything illegal, but it's still kind of weird to be dating someone under 18.
he says, "You have been my best friend for 4 years."
4 years.
When did you start dating
That's
her?
a lot of time.
When she was 14? This was posted in November
that's
of
a best
2020,
friend
so
for
he
4
was
years.
maybe 27 at the time.
Isabel
a month later,
Schulman.
he
Oh, wow.
proposes.
They proposed.
To his child bride.
Child bride.
Yeah, and I looked at some of his
I don't
YouTube
know
videos.
if it's a. I don't know if it's the right thing to say child bride if she just turned 18, but I mean, 18 years old, still too young, a little young to get married. I mean, if she wants to get married, whatever, but like, it's pretty young.
I stumbled upon a music video of his called As a Couple We Worship, and literally all the recent comments are just calling him a perv and a groomer and stuff. Like, it's pretty gnarly. And what's worse than that, okay, well, it's not worse than like being a groomer, but the song fucking sucks, okay? The song is so bad. And I tried to do some more research to find this guy's actual age, but crazy, his Instagram is now private. You know, some people say 29, some other people are saying 24, but like, it doesn't matter really. If either of those are true, like it.
24 and 18. That's still pretty close to the line. I think some places the line is like 23. I don't know if 24 is like 24. That's 6 years older than 18. So that's pretty old.
It doesn't matter. Because hey man, starting an Instagram caption about your girlfriend with finally 18 and then proposing
Finally
a month
18.
after. Okay. Give it up for the
18 in
bride
1
and
month you
groomer.
get
Also, it's
proposed to.
very interesting that he would make
I don't
an
know.
entire.
Like back, if you're like 18 years old and you get proposed to, that's like a fairy tale romance. But then you get older, you actually start living with this person and like starting a life with them, and then you discover like, hey, life isn't so simple or sweet. Marriage isn't so easy. Maybe this person isn't as great as you thought they were. So yeah, that's why you should wait a little bit after you turn 18 until you get married.
Entire movie about going against the rules and laws that the government put in place that stop him from doing the things that he wants to do, right? So let's go ahead and add 100 sins to the tally for that one. And hey, now we don't have to feel bad about making fun of this fucking terrible movie. So let's keep going. There's a long montage of them spray painting fish all over the place until they are rudely interrupted by a cop shooting Hannah in the arm.
Oh shit. She gets
I don't know
shot.
how the cop found them. I guess his Christian sense was tingling. But luckily, a random guy comes up behind the cop.
Oh, those are real gunshots. By the way.
And knocks him out. I also want to add that Roy just straight up ditched Hannah as she got shot.
Oh yeah,
she got fucking shot. And he just like booked it. He ran away.
Fell
So yeah,
down
we'll
and
add a
he
sin
kept
in there
running.
as well. That was one of the 10 Commandments. Yeah. Thou shalt not bail on your sis when she gets shot.
Thou shalt.
Hannah. Where were you born, Hannah? Where were you born? Where were you born?
Where were you born? Where were you born, dude? Where were you born? What's your sign, huh?
That's
Jesus.
weird. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What's your sign? What's your moon sign? What's your star sign? Yeah. Maybe they're just trying to ask them questions to distract them from like the pain and the fact that they got shot. But I don't know. Still kind of a weird question to ask.
Curtis, what would you like?
Sorry, not you, man.
Oh, my sincerest apologies.
It's okay.
Hey, that guy's wife is too young.
I know. Seriously though, why was he being so aggressive about where she was born? That was fucking mad. She just got shot. Bring her to a hospital, man.
Ouch, I've been shot. Don't worry, I'll help you. Oh my god, thank you. Where were you born? What? Where were you born? Just
Why
tell
does
me.
it matter?
Tell me where you're born. I need to know.
It doesn't matter.
Where did your life start? Where were you born? I need to know.
Okay, I was born in New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey, get out of there.
New Jersey.
Get away from them.
Where are you going? You said you were born in New Jersey. Yeah.
I mean,
my
you're
dad
dirty.
was born in New Jersey. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You're not my dad!
You're not my
Like the
man.
vine. Yeah, like the vine.
Like the
Anyways,
vine.
good luck with your bullet wounds, man. What do you mean wounds? I only have one.
Oh,
Back to the
get
movie.
fucked.
They all get back to their secret Christian base where Hannah's bullet wound is already magically healed. Shout out Jesus for that one, I guess. And this is where we meet this guy.
Oh.
I don't know his name because I don't think they ever fucking say it in this movie. So we'll just call him Guy. Guy found them
Guy.
because he saw all the fish symbols everywhere, so I guess their plan fucking worked somehow. So they got one more Christian added to their team. And let's see what their big plan is.
Now our plan is we just spray fish. Maybe find better plan,
Spray
but
fish.
that's our plan for now.
Let's go spray some more fish.
That's amazing.
Let's do it.
Nice, man.
Yeah, let's spray some more fish. That'll work. Yeah, I don't know, like, if they met this guy because they were spraying fish or what, but, like, they were spraying fish and that got them shot by a cop. So, I don't know if that was really worth it, even if they did meet that guy because they were doing that. I don't know.
Man, just spray fish and hope for the best.
Just spray
because it
fish
worked so
and
well
keep-
last time. And you'd think
Oh,
the
yeah.
scene ends right here, right? Seems like a...
Oh, yeah, do you hear those gunshots? Those are real gunshots.
Because it worked so well last time. And you'd think the scene ends right here, right? Seems like a perfectly normal time to end a scene. No.
That's amazing.
Let's do it.
Thanks.
I'm looking for some new sprays because I think
Oh
we
my
forgot
gosh,
them.
this
where
is
we
such a
were.
bad movie. This is like a college indie movie or something.
I'm gonna take a look at that.
Alright. Cool.
Why leave that in? Even fucking Guy was like, well, there's no way this is going to be left in the movie because this was nothing at all. So I'm going to look right down the fucking barrel of this lens. And dude, there are so many scenes like this in the movie. Like literally
looks
80%
right
of this
into the
movie are the
camera.
characters just sitting around talking. Like just chatting about God like they're at Bible camp or something. And honestly, man,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
sentences
God.
like
I'm looking for some new sprays because I think we forgot them.
that make me think that they just fucking made up the plot as they went along.
Yeah, they were just ad-libbing it. They were just, like, improvising, like, yeah, we gotta spray some fish, we gotta get some more sprays, because I think I forgot some sprays. Yeah, anyway, God, dude. God saves, God doesn't want us to wear masks. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's sick. That's like, yeah, anyway, the camera's there. No, the camera's there. Oh, the camera's right there. Okay. So I shouldn't look right into the camera. Okay. I'll look somewhere else. Okay. Anyway, what are we talking about? Oh, God. Yeah. God. God hates communism because communism is bad and evil. Communism is when you're forced to like wear a mask and like you can't meet your friends or go to restaurants. That's what communism is.
I mean, which is probably what they did when they wrote the Bible, but still, okay, it's
True.
lazy. It's
I
just
mean,
straight up.
The Bible was improvised. The Bible, yeah, they were just freestyle writing. Yeah, as they were like they were on some kind of drugs while they were just like scribbling stuff, and then they like looked through it the next day and were like, okay, what part of this can we use? What part of this can we like turn into like legible writing? and like make a good story out of it.
Lazy, okay? And that's not a very good example that you're setting for your wife. She's young and impressionable. But anyways, Hannah and Guy keep chatting, and this is where we really learn a lot about
Wait, is that his wife, or is that like a different
dialogue?
Do you live
Oh,
around here?
nice hooked nose, by the way. Look at that. Look at that, like, curvy nose. I'm not into that.
I live actually like 20 minutes. I don't even know where this place is.
Jesus Christ, man. So now we meet this other character named
Like
Layla,
20
who's actually
minutes.
played
Oh,
by
no.
Roy's real-life wife, I think.
Real-life
We meet this
wife?
character
She's
at her
actually
house where
kinda
she
hot,
pours
though.
way too much milk into her cereal bowl and opens a letter from her
Way
mom.
too much milk or way too little cereal. Like, that's barely even, like, a few mouthfuls. Like, is this lady a squirrel or, like, a cat or something?
That says, "Please don't risk your
Please don't
life for
risk your
people
life."
you don't know. You mean too much to me." Love, Mom. Her mom wrote that
Love,
letter
Mom.
because Layla actually works for the anti-Christian government. I'm not quite sure what she
Anti-Christian
does there. I'm going to
government.
be honest, this entire part of the whole plot is very confusing
She's-
because the only thing that happens in her
Is she just an
day
intern
of
or
work
something
is
at the
some guy will walk
anti-Christian
up and go,
office?
"Here are the cases for today."
Those are the latest cases.
Okay, I will bring it to the Master Sergeant.
Cool, sounds good.
And
Bring it to the masses urgently.
I assume they're like COVID cases.
Wait, are these guys like English as a second language, ESL? Because like that would explain their accents and their poor use of the English language.
I guess. But when she opens up the folder, it literally just looks like a bunch of first names typed out in a Microsoft
Nice.
Word. So I guess in this world, the way they post COVID cases, they just post a huge list of, of just first names. And if your name is on there, you go, "Oh, well, I guess
hey,
that's
that's
for
my
me."
name.
Same as if you walk by a spray painted fish on the wall, you're like, "Oh, I guess that's for me." Honestly, on second thought, if that's how they displayed COVID cases, I feel like we'd be better off. Because like numbers, wait, what are those? Do you imagine seeing your own
Numbers?
name on there? That'd be crazy, right? Because people usually don't care until it like happens to them, you know? But anyways, Leela actually steals the list of cases and just leaves the folder empty, and then this happens.
Are those the latest cases?
Yes, everything in there.
Excellent. I'll give them to Sergeant Lucinda, my daughter. She'll take care of it.
But okay, let's just recap what just happened at her job. Some guy left
Wait,
the
she just took the paper out of the folder and then the other guy took the folder. Aren't they gonna notice that it's empty?
latest COVID
God.
cases
I wanna-
in a folder on her desk for her to relay to the masses. I think that's what she said. And it was on her desk for about 34 seconds. I counted. Then some other guy comes up and is like, "Oh, at least today's cases? Let me bring them my daughter, Lucinda. I'm sure you've had time to copy all these all these hundreds of thousands of first names and relay them to the masses, right? Like, what kind of fucking office are you running here? This seems so unorganized." And this is also the perfect time to talk about the editing in this movie because, oh my god, the editing in this movie. Let's watch this scene right after he took the fucking empty envelope off the desk. And that's another thing. Wouldn't he know? Wouldn't he feel that
wouldn't
he
he
was just holding an
realize it's
empty
empty?
manila folder? Sorry, I'm nitpicking. I'm gonna show you this scene unedited. This is how they chose to leave it in the movie.
What?
So
it just
he was
goes to black and then comes back and then fades back to black. Back to black.
there.
That's a song.
He was there. The screen went black for no reason, and then he was gone.
And then just a guy
What
with
the
a
fuck
gun.
happened? Did he get
walking
fucking
around.
kidnapped by a ninja and then no one cared? I just don't know how movies like this like just get made and are allowed to be made. Sorry.
Whoa.
Got kidnapped by a ninja. He was really nice though. He had like a appropriately aged wife who was great. Okay, so now we cut
Nice
to a cool
ninja.
scene of
At
Roy,
least he's not a
Anna, and
pedo,
Guy.
yeah.
Now they're out just spraying more fish again.
Just
Second time.
holding spray cans in their hands, isn't that kind of suspicious? Like if the cops are looking for someone who like sprayed spray paint fish on like as graffiti, that would look kind of suspicious. Why don't I take a break? It's been a while. Hey, I finally have a viewer. How's it going? We're watching the new Curtis Connor video. I just watched the new Channel 5 video that'll be out on my YouTube channel in like tomorrow. So yeah, check that out. I'm gonna take a break and then we're gonna keep watching this Curtis Connor, the anti-masker Christian movie, very poorly made home indie movie. Yeah, I'll be back in a bit.
Time's a charm. That's the thing about spraying fish.
Making it stinky.
All right, what did Corona do to Jesus?
Nothing.
Yeah, man, I didn't even think about this, but youth pastors, they must be having a fucking field day with all this COVID shit. Oh my god. You know, guys, you really can't socially distance yourself from our Lord and Savior. And listen, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I don't need the vaccine. All right, I have all the antibodies I need.
Yeah, from God. The only antibody I need is faith and prayer. Prayer is the only thing. God protects me from the virus. I don't need any vaccine.
The antibody of Christ.
The antibody of
I
Christ.
flip my chair around
that's a good
that
one.
bit, so I could lean on it like a cool guy, but you can't even notice in the frame, which is cool. That's embarrassing. Okay, so now we know that it is COVID that they're referencing in this movie, so at the very least, that terrible joke actually gave us some exposition that was needed. We then cut to a super cool scene of this hacker who's trying to track down the Christians, and they're doing some epic Bible research.
It's the hacker man. Whoa, fish symbol. On Google Images. Whoa, Christ, salvation, children of God.
And I gotta say, as bad as this movie is, this is the first time I've seen anything like this. A fucking Bible research montage with house music playing in the background?
It's like, whoa.
Let's fucking go, dude. That's hilarious. I honestly wish I thought of that first.
That's crazy. We're gonna put two girls here. Whoa.
Okay, now we cut to the gang sleeping at...
Wait, girls may poop, but do they pee? And how do girls pee? Like, do they pee out of their butts or what? Do they, if they don't have a dick, then where do they pee out of?
Their secret base, or
That's
you hear
the
a
real
knock
question.
at the door.
Who's that?
Are you a traitor? Did you sell us out?
Yeah, that's what I say to Jenna whenever someone knocks on our door too.
Are you a traitor? Did you sell
a traitor?
But Guy isn't a traitor. He wouldn't do that, okay? Traitor, I hardly know her. The person at the door was the hacker.
I am what you might call a hacker.
Hacker, I hardly know her. I can't stop. And she wants to help them out with their
I have to know
cause.
what country
I
these
want
guys
to
are from.
help.
And this next scene is fucking hilarious. It's yet another scene where the characters just sit in a circle and fumble through a conversation about Jesus. But there are some great lines of dialogue in this part, and I would like to
Something
show you
about
one
Jesus,
that has been burned in my brain ever since I heard it.
Well, then we gotta find these Christians.
So I can do that. I can get all the phone numbers of the Christians if I hack the police.
I can get all the phone numbers of the Christians
if I hack the police.
I can get
If the police already know all the people's phone numbers, then like why haven't they arrested the Christians yet? I mean, isn't the whole point of like being a Christian is that it's illegal and that you have to hide your identity or you'll get like shot or like arrested, tortured, publicly humiliated, and killed
get
or
all
something?
the phone numbers of the Christians if I hack the police.
That may be the
the
funniest
police.
line of dialogue that I've ever heard in my
You weren't
life.
a
Like,
choker,
I'm just
too.
picturing there's like a huge safe at a police station that's just full of Christian phone numbers.
Keep that.
Why would you need them? Why would you ever need those? The gang is not
Yeah, are you
laughing
gonna
like I am.
call
They're actually
the
pretty excited
guys?
about this whole idea.
That's
you
a
can
game
arrest them.
changer.
And honestly, dude, conspiring with a
That's a
hacker,
game changer.
planning on stealing information from the police, let's add a couple sins for that. I'm sorry. And another thing about the editing in this movie, the music is so fucking loud all the time.
Can the police find those invitations that we're gonna send? So if I do
What?
it right, they won't notice.
You're saying, I guess their theory is like, it doesn't matter how bad the dialogue is if you can't hear the dialogue over the loud inspirational music.
True.
And it works, man. It honestly fucking works,
Just
okay?
play
I'm feeling inspired.
inspirational,
I'm
like,
feeling very inspired to
angelic
fucking
Christian
engage in
music. Yeah.
violent devil worship. This movie is driving me to Satanism. You guys are having the opposite effect. Good job. We now cut back to...
Yeah, Christian movies and Christian media and like Christians in general are so bad they make me want to worship Satan, not because I like Satan, okay, but because I hate Christians. You worship Satan because you love Satan. I worship Satan because I hate Christians, we are not the same, okay?
Layla, who sneaks into a control room at the government headquarters and snoops around the computer where she finds a Word document about a Christian conspiracy. And I pause it on this frame so we could read it really quick. Christian conspiracy. Is this what government documents look like? I don't think the US government budget had fucking word art at the top. Christian conspiracy. Where? Not enough information yet. All we know is that they are starting to gather in groups in the city. Unknown leader. Why? To overthrow the peaceful society that we have.
Exclamation points.
How? We have no idea how they are.
Peaceful with 2 L's. So, yeah, these people probably are ESL.
Are doing this, but they somehow see attached. Like it's literally like someone's being quizzed on it. There's also another document that they show on screen for a second that I want to look at as well. It's very blurry, but you can make out the title. It just says possible Christian names. Just like the COVID cases, it's just a list of first names, it looks like. For all we know, this list could belong to like a pregnant woman who's just going through possible Christian names for her baby. We don't know. Layla with her big brain.
That's what I thought he was going to say. Possible names of the possible dads that are possibly the father of this child.
Just deletes all the possible Christian names. Take that, pregnant government employee. Now we cut to another fucking montage. This one features Roy traveling across the world to give speeches to huge crowds of people in order to convert them to Christianity.
But the freedom that was taken
to no one
from us.
And the amount of people they got for these scenes is honestly pretty impressive. I don't know how they did it, but like, there's gotta be like 4 people in that crowd at least. And I know this movie doesn't have a big budget, but I don't know, you could have used the money that you spent on your engagement ring for your 18-year-old.
You don't have friends who you could say like, hey, we're filming a little home indie movie. Could you like sit or like stand here as like an extra? You don't have anyone like that?
Life on some extras? Just a thought. And this next part is really confusing because it cuts immediately from that montage to, believe it or not, another montage of Roy walking with Layla, who was at one of the speeches, I guess, because I guess Layla is like a secret Christian and wants to help them from like from inside the government. So Roy and Layla are walking around, laughing and flirting. He shoves her, and while this is happening, you see shots of the earth turning red, slowly turning red. I'm guessing it's like a wave of Christianity. So Christianity is now spreading through the.
I thought red was for communism, and communism was spreading because communism is the virus, or it's
Earth's population, much like a highly contagious virus. That's actually one of the main symptoms.
Blue or not red? Red is like threatening. It's not like Christians.
In the new variant, it's Christianity. You actually become a Christian. I guess instead of COVID-19, it's COVID-18. Finally. I also am going to add a scene for pushing a woman. And dude, this next scene,
that's abuse.
Fucking weird as shit as well. So Roy's other random friend stops by, and he says that his entire family was arrested for being Christian, and they're about to be executed. And then Roy says this.
And we need to fight on, and we need to actually be happy for the people that are now gonna go to heaven. They made it.
If I told my good friend that my family was just kidnapped and they're about to be killed, and I couldn't do anything about it, he was like, "You should be happy for them. They're going to heaven." Dude, I would toss them into a pool of my dad's.
Oh my god! Like, even if you are a Christian and you believe that like you go to heaven when you die, and like heaven is better than earth, you're still probably upset that the people died. I mean, if anything, that would make you want to die so you could join them in heaven. Yeah.
Fuck you, man. And dude, that's not even the worst of it.
We actually got some new stuff here. I think you got the Bible DVDs and the Bible study DVDs. That we got some worship night DVDs.
Like such a dickhead. Yeah, sorry your whole family's about to die, but got this new heat, bro. Fucking straight out the stew. It's actually fire. Fucking brand new Bible shit. Keep bumps. This screenshot is honestly like a genuinely amazing unintentional critique of Christianity. Somebody fucking crying and like sad, their life is falling apart. They just need someone to help them and uplift them and make them feel better. And then there's this super religious guy beside them being like, yo, here's a DVD, dude. Follow whatever they say on there and you'll get to heaven and see your family again. That'll be $10, by the way. And I'm not saying all churches and pastors are money hungry, but I'm sure there's a few.
He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help it.
Okay, now we cut to the government building where the sergeant is giving a Neil Breen-esque monologue.
Unite thoughts, unite currency, language, and values.
And we get another montage. This one features the government breaking up all the Christian groups who are out in the fields singing their Christian songs. And honestly, dude, if cops did this more often, I feel like less people would hate them. I'll go on record and say it's...
If cops did that, then yeah, then maybe cops wouldn't be so bad if they did that once in a while.
Should be illegal to play an acoustic guitar around a campfire. Okay?
That's true.
I fucking hate that shit.
If you play Wonderwall, you get the wall. You play Wonderwall, you're up against the wall immediately. No trial, no jury, no judge, immediate execution. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
And if you're singing too, you deserve a life sentence, okay? No, longer than a life sentence. A life paragraph. How about that? All right, break it up. This song fucking sucks. We're almost at the end of the movie. Trust me. So back at the government headquarters, we get another weird, pointless Neil Breen-esque monologue from the sergeant.
These are antiques. These are the things that are made of history.
Is he drunk? Why is he talking like that?
These are what holds people's dreams. These represent the Christians that I killed. We'll talk to the Minister of Propaganda.
Okay, hold on.
We'll talk to the Minister of Propaganda.
One more time.
Minister of Propaganda.
Propaganda. I would hate to see what impropaganda looks like, you know what I mean? Come on. Hey, next there's a quick scene where they convert the hacker to Christianity. They fucking hack into her brain with Jesus. Then there's a really funny scene where they just acquired 100,000 new Christians in Asia.
We reached the 100,000 people goal in Asia.
So they plan to get a bunch of DVDs to them.
Those are the ones that we should bring to Asia.
Yeah, I'm sure those 30 DVDs will be enough for the billions of people who live in Asia. Good job, guys. So in this next scene, Friendo Baggins from earlier, he shows up and says the same thing from earlier in the movie. He's like, you guys gotta stop being Christian. Please stop being Christian. You guys are gonna get hurt. But they tell him they're not gonna stop, so he leaves all pissed off.
Don't say I didn't warn you guys.
Then they do some Twitch stream to spread the word of God, and while this happens, the government is absolutely freaking out because they can't find any of the Christians. They just can't track them down. Even though there was literally just an entire montage of the government tracking down the Christians and breaking up their fucking acoustic guitar party. So I don't really know why they're freaking out, but this is when the big twist happened. Friendo Baggins from earlier, who warned them to stop what they're doing, he sells them out to the government.
How far from here? At 25 kilometers? I can show you.
So they head out to catch the Christians. They break into their secret base, but Roy is able to escape before they get there. There's an epic chase scene. He steals a car, so let's add a sin to the tally. And now we're right back at the beginning of the movie now. Crazy, it came full circle. So they bring Roy out into the woods, they kill him, and then the movie ends.
Get killed, get fucked.
Seriously, that is how the movie ends. But then in the credits, they give a nice special shout out to their best buddy, Jesus Christ. Which is nice because I know Jesus worked really hard on this movie. I think he was actually in charge of like holding the boom mic the whole time. Because, you know, he has experience with holding his hands up for a while. Man, I don't even know where to begin with my like final thoughts. And I'm not usually one to like shit on independent films because, you know, making a movie isn't easy, even with a huge budget, right? If you have a small budget, it's even harder to make a good film. I don't know, man. If you're gonna make a fucking anti-mask sci-fi Christian movie because you're pissed that you can't go to restaurants anymore, I don't know, dude. You're kind of asking to get made fun of. And when the director and star of the movie starts an Instagram caption about his girlfriend with finally 18, well, I don't feel bad at all. Fuck your movie, dude. It sucks. Add another 1,000 sins. Based on the fact that this movie changed my mind about my all movies are good theory, and the fact that it's like making me strongly consider devil worship, I give 2025 The World Enslaved by a Virus.
I'll join you, Curtis.
Out of 18 year-old wives. I'll see you in hell. Okay, now let's hear a word from our sponsor, ExpressVPN. Folks, if you weren't using ExpressVPN, then you
okay, that was nice.
Okay, now let's. I give 20, and the fact that it's like making me strongly consider devil worship. I give 2025 The World Enslaved by a Virus 1.
I'd say Curtis, Connor, and I start a devil worshiping cult. We can be like a YouTube influencer cult. We could like do a whole Twitch stream where we do that shit. I would be totally down. I mean, like I said, I don't worship Satan because I like Satan. I do it because I hate Jesus, okay? Big difference.